Hey guys, JC here again with WEDGE Concepts, and in this video I'm going to give you 5 strategies on how to create a budget. Okay, so let's go. Alright, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for checking me out, really appreciate it. Like I mentioned in this video, I'm just going to go over 5 strategies or methods that can help you create a budget. Okay, so I have my my notes here. I got a lot of information that I want to get to you guys. I'll try to not make it boring, but I really think that it'll be beneficial to everyone here. And so if you haven't checked out my other videos, then definitely go ahead and check out my other videos. I also created some other budgeting videos that go hand in hand with this, but this one is going to be a little more detailed, which is why I have my notes here. So let's just get to it. So so strategies. When it comes to creating a budget, we don't want it to be tedious or time consuming. You want to find a method or strategy that is going to fit for your lifestyle. Your habits, the way you spend. So you want to find something. These 5 strategies, you can actually pick one or the other. You can use a combination. You can use multiple at different times. You might not even like any of them, but hopefully you'll just get some more information, which is why I created this channel, right? To give you some content. So the 5 strategies that I have here, though, the first strategy is going to be the 50-30-20 budget. You're going to have your zero out budget, your priority base budget, your envelope budget, and my favorite, which is pay yourself first budget. And I'm pretty sure people are familiar with that one. But actually, before I begin with this, look, you got to be able to know your numbers, right? So if you're not making enough, if you don't have enough money to even create a budget, then the first thing you might want to do is figure out how you can create more money. How can you increase your income, or cut expenses, or stop spending so much? But okay, I don't know why. Just make sure you increase your income. All right, it'll make it a lot easier. So the first rule, first strategy is going to be the 50-30-20 rule, and I think everybody's heard of this one. But this is going to be the one where 50% of your income goes to expenses, 30% is going to go to whatever you want, right, and 20% is going to go to your savings. And I think it's good as a template. So I don't know anyone who's actually been able to apply that 50-30-20 rule. But for me, I was pretty much using, this is about 5 years ago, I was using the, what I call the 80-10-10 rule, right? Where 80% of my money was going to my expenses, 10% I saved, and another 10% I did whatever I want. But with this template, you can adjust the numbers or percentages as you see fit, but you don't want your expenses to be above 80%. So if your expenses are above 80%, you got to find some ways to cut that back. Now the second budget or strategy is going to be the zero out budget. And that's where every dollar is going to be accounted for. Okay, so if you get paid $1,200 every pay period, $2,400 a month, you're going to know exactly what the bills are, where the money is going, how much is going to savings. So everything just zeroes out, right? And I like this one though, because not only is every dollar accounted for, but you kind of get to do your budget each month. Of course, you're going to have emergencies, and I'm sure you already have an emergency fund because you watch my other videos, right? But when it's time to go back to school, or you have holidays, or you're planning for a vacation, then you can adjust your budget accordingly each pay period, or even each month, as you see fit, to make sure you cover those expenses so all your money goes. So that's the zero out budget. Now the that actually might be good for people who might be new to budgeting. So you just started working fresh out of college, all the money is coming in. This might be good for you, so you can go ahead and kind of watch to see where your money's going and make sure it has a place to go. All right. The third is going to be what they call the envelope budget, right? Or I kind of call it like a cash budget. And so this idea is that you pretty much have categories where you got your utilities, you're going to have your car note, you're going to have groceries, whatever the case may be. And what happens is you put money into these envelopes or these buckets, and once that money runs out, then you spent that. So if you got $200 for the month that you can spend on eating out, once you hit that 200, the money's gone. I've actually heard of people who actually have multiple bank accounts where they'll have their household expenses coming from one, their car note and car insurance and mortgage coming from another. They'll have a separate one for their checking and their savings. It's the same concept. But this way you can actually put money to the side, say, hey, as soon as I get paid, right? You pay $1,200. You're going to send $500 over to one envelope, $250, and you just divide it up. So I think that's a pretty neat strategy. And you can also set up, transfers, because if you got the multiple bank accounts, when the money comes in, you can just have it automatically transfer if you decide to go with the multiple banks, or you just want to use cash. But who uses cash anymore? But yeah, or multiple credit cards, right? Yeah, so this might actually be good if for those who just kind of want a fresh start. They really don't know where their money is going, so you just want to start from fresh. You take your $1,000, use cash only just to get you back on track. And then you don't have to worry about overspending, swiping your credit card too much, overdraft fees, or just charging too much on your credit cards. Stick with cash only. Now, the fourth, right, is the value-based budget. And I like this one too, because it helps you prioritize your numbers based on what you like. So, of course, you got to pay your bills, you got your mortgage and things like that. But if you want to go on vacation, then that's going to be your first priority. So as soon as that money comes in, instead of paying bills, it's going towards a vacation, or it's going to your kids' tuition, or whatever the case may be. But it helps you, you make a list of things that you want to do for the next month or year or week, whatever. And as you make this list, you figure how much it costs. And that's pretty much what you try to accomplish. So as you're going through and you're spending money or saving away or whatever the case may be for you to do those things, it puts an emotion behind it. So that way, this is more of a feel-good budget. So that way, each pay period, you're getting something out of it as opposed to just, stashing money away. And that's really good for, I believe, people who, don't really like numbers. So who cares about the numbers? I just know I want to get a new TV, a new couch, living room set, whatever. So you got to look to see how much it costs, of course. But I'm going to go ahead and buy that first, and everything else, aside from rent, car note, you're going to take care of that. Now, the fifth one is my favorite, because it's the pay yourself budget, right? And this is actually what I've been using for the last 2 or 3 years, because it puts an emphasis on your savings and your investments. So as soon as the money comes in, for me, I don't really like talking about me, but for me, what I do is I take, just to give you a real life example, I take 10% and I move it to my investments. I take another 10%, I move it to my savings, and then I take another 10% and I keep that in my checking, right? Then the other amount of money is I do whatever I want, pay bills or what have you. And I actually use credit cards, so I just pay the bill. But your bills kind of come last. So I make sure at the very top, as soon as I get paid, my retirement is done. I make sure I got money in my savings, and I still got 10% for me. Now, I would say that, this has kind of worked out better for me in the last couple of years because my income has increased. So this is more so for people who can do this, which means, let's be real, 70% of my money can still go to bills. Who can't do that? I just make sure it's a priority that money goes into my Merrill Lynch, that it goes in my savings, and I keep 10 for myself. But again, some people who can use the 80-20 rule, again, that's why I like the combination of these, because you can use this with the 50-30-20 or whatever percentages you want to use and figure out a budget for you. Now, those are just 5 that I think that you can actually put in play now. Again, you can mix them up. I hope you found this information very useful. Definitely go ahead, check out my other videos, click subscribe, and definitely click the like button. And of course, you got to do me a favor. Let's build together, okay? All right, peace.